everybody? What up, everybody? Let's talk about it. It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is 911 Season 4, Episode 9. I think that's right. If not, it'll be right in the description box. I'll be back to 911. It was a good episode. They brought it back in good. It was a little bit of drama, a little bit of turmoil. And before I get started, y'all watching 911 Lone Star? Because, baby, it was giving what need to be gave, okay? So, like, I was into that one real good. I don't watch 911 Lone Star or it's not one of the shows that you watch. Go ahead and check that out, okay? So, I don't want to waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. We start off this episode with Abby. She is 42 weeks pregnant at this point. This is not a position I would like to find myself in. And she's kind of worried because, you know, it's a late labor and they try all these different circumstances, situations to try to get her to have the baby, eating pineapple, drinking tea, exercising, having sex, the whole 9 yards, but it's not working. Even one time they thought she went into labor and Albert drove them to the hospital and only for them to get turned around because probably was Braxton Hicks contractions. So, and her wife are with the baby and the baby is going to go visit her mama. Nia's going to go visit her mama. So she cries when they take her out of the room and, Hen is just really upset about this whole situation and she tells the social worker that she wants to meet the mom. And the lady is like, child, we cannot do that, okay? She's like, I just want to make sure she's safe. Well, that's our job. We're supposed to make sure that she's safe. You know what I mean? I need for you to chill out, calm down. We got this or whatever. He says, I understand how you feel. You've been having her for a long time, but our job ultimately is reunification of the mother and the the children and the family. It's like, we don't even know what she did wrong, to lose her in the first place. How do we know that she's safe? And how do you know? Even if, we get to the point where she goes back to her mom, basically, at some point, we're not just going to drop it. We're going to go in, we're going to visit, we're going to make sure that she's okay and everything is good. And so her wife is telling her the whole time, just calm down, just breathe or whatever. She's like, they're tearing our family apart. And her wife is basically like, we signed up for this job. We're foster parents. This is what we signed up to do. She understands that, but she didn't know it would feel like this. Not only wrong, it's criminal or something. She says it's not only bad, it's wrong, something like that, so she's upset. You see that May is at work and she gets a friend request from the girl who was bullying her. If y'all remember a couple of seasons ago, Thena rolled up on the house to the party and this girl was harassing her daughter online, bullying her or whatever. So now she's getting a friend request from this same girl. Manager walks up on her. He was like, give me your phone, girl. I have to figure out some words to say to her. Don't you even worry about it. And she was like, nah, it's been like 3 years. What she has to say doesn't even matter anymore. So then we're back to Abby. Abby is having constant contractions, but she's still working. And at the same time, they have not come up with a name for this baby. So they asking everybody for suggestions. And Chim is like, well, we just put some names in the hat. That's how we're going to come up with names. She was like, no, I do not want to name my baby with no name that come out no damn hat. Chim asked for suggestions around the job. And, everybody is coming up with different names or whatever. And it's just not working. She doesn't want any of those names. Then we see Bobby and Chim. They talk to each other about what's going on, how they need to restock the truck and things of that nature. And Hen is just upset. She said something about, they got to restock it because you just never know the crap that life will throw at you. I was like, girl, calm down, relax, okay? It's a lot going on, baby. Just relax. It's not that serious. I mean, it is that serious, but you know what I'm saying. So then we see a 911 call, and it's from this little boy named Jacob. And his mom is driving, and she's mumbling. She's acting real funny. He don't know what's going on. She getting onto the freeway and going the wrong way. And Abby is trying to talk, through this whole situation. And then we see the accident. The car accident is like, their car hit a car or head on. And then it was like 5 or 6, 7 other cars into this big pileup onto the freeway. I first thought maybe the mama was on medication, maybe she was on an Ambien, maybe something was going on with her medically. That's why she wasn't responding when he was trying to talk to her and Abby was trying to talk to her, but later on we find out something else. Here at 911, they're getting calls about this mama on the freeway, hitting all kind of people, and it's a big pileup. Like I said, the team comes out and they go ahead and get to work trying to get people out of the car. They can't get the mama out the car at first, so they cut the top off and they realize that Jacob is still in the car, so they go and they trying to get him out of the car. Thena is trying to talk to the mama about what's going on, what happened or whatever. Her speech is slurred. And then as they getting everything together, Thena finds this alcohol in her car. She's pissed off, and she like, how many people had to die tonight because you decided you wanted to be stupid and drunk? And so when she says this, you know, Bobby obviously is having flashes because everything is burning, and you know he burnt them people down in that apartment building, baby, being drunk. So you know he feels some type of way about this whole situation, and it kind of hurt his feelings when she was saying that kind of stuff. There was another car that blew up close by them, and they pulled out a crispy person. And, you know, when they pulled out that crispy person, baby, he was, verklempt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even know what to do. He was upset. He was remembering things, okay? There's another 911 call that Abby gets. It's from a diabetic man. He's stuck on the freeway. And so as she's trying to get his information to send somebody out to help him, she begins to have these contractions again. And so her lead basically comes over and finishes the transaction for her and is like, hey, I think you having labor. Like, how long you been in labor, girl? You about to have this baby right now. Abby ass is still trying to stay at work, and the lady is like, girl, call the ambulance because, girl, you about to have labor. So Thena goes over to check on Bobby, and she said that they're going to take a breathalyzer from that lady whenever she gets to the hospital or whatever. And then they call Bobby and tell Bobby that Chim is needed at the hospital because Abby's about to have the baby. So the husband of the driver of the vehicle comes to the hospital while Thena is there. He's trying to see her. Her name is Rachel. And they're telling him that he can't see her because his wife is basically in custody of the police. And so Thena goes over and tells the man that, you know, she's in custody right now because they need to investigate the happenings, you know, how the crash happened. He says, on the news, I heard it was a drunk driver. He was like, I mean, she wouldn't do that. You know, she promised me that she wouldn't do that anymore. Not with Jacob in the car. And I said, child. Oh, they show him outside. He has checked on his son. His son is still in surgery, I think, or something like that. He said he thought that everything was behind them. She had almost ruined their relationship with her drinking, and she promised that she would stop doing it. And when she had Jacob, he thought that would be the reason she would stop. And Thena was like, well, girl, she had a 2.28 BAC when she was at the hospital. That's 4 times the legal limit. When Jacob called the police, and then he realizes that Jacob is the one who called 911, so he really starts crying then. You know, at this point, he's like, oh my God, you know, my poor baby or whatever, and he's upset with himself because he feels like he should have known what was going on. Chim makes it to the hospital, and homegirl is about ready to have this baby. She is 10 centimeters, and she is ready to busted wide open, okay? He don't have any of the things that he needs. She needs her breathing beads, so he goes to call Albert in the car, but there's no Albert. So, you know, it's go time. They got to go ahead and do what they need to do. We get another 911 call from the pileup, and this person says he's bleeding, and we see that his car is flipped. And it took me a minute to realize, oh shit, this is Albert in the car. So he was one of the people who got hit. And then they go to a break, but when they come back from the break, they tell us that, you know, they show us a minute before the accident. So he just driving along minding his business. He sees the woman driving down the street. He calls 911, and then she hits him. Or she dodges him and he hit another car, something like that, and he went over the railing. His car flipped out, so he's kind of like on the embankment or whatever. The team go to working or whatever, and they figure out that it is Albert that's in the car, and so they go to working or whatever, and they find him and they rescue him. But at the same time, Abby is having her labor. She's trying to have the baby. And, you know, they're trying to wake him. And Hen is doing the compressions on his chest. And he flatlined. And y'all, this where they got me. I was like about to cry. I was like, please, I don't even know Albert character like that. I don't even like him like that. It's not that I dislike him. It's just that, you know, he's a new character. So the fact that I was like, Albert, don't die, baby. You can't die. You got a niece. You got to meet your niece, baby. Don't die. It was affecting me. Even Sean was up in here like, Albert, come on, man. Come back, man. We was both in that room for Albert because we wanted him to live, honey. They bring him back right in time, and you know, then we see, at the same time, we see Abby having her baby. So the baby is 6 pounds 1 ounce, and they all celebrate. We also see May. She's getting off of work. She gets a message from that girl again. Okay, so now I guess that's going to be coming up in the future episodes. They give an update about Albert. Albert is in the hospital, and so, you know, she's off. She's cool. Buck comes to the hospital to tell Chim about his brother. Chim comes out. He's all excited about the baby. Oh, I just hated to, you know, see his face drop when Buck went to go tell him about Albert being in the hospital. Ken goes home for the night or the next morning, and Nia is packed up. She's going for her overnight visits with her mom, and so she's upset. She goes off on her wife. How could you? She's like, there's nothing we can do about it. We can't fight. She's like, you can fight. You can fight for her. And she's like, listen, this is what we decided to do. We have to accept that we are not her parents. She has a mother, and she might have to go back. And I'm just trying to hold on the whole stuff together while you over here having a heart attack, girl. So I'm gonna need for you to just chill out and just hold on to your love. Ooh, okay? Because girl, we is not her mama. She got a mama, and she gonna go back to her mama at some point. Like, we're gonna have to realize that she's gonna go back to her mama. So then we see an emotional scene with Chim visiting his brother Albert in the hospital, and he's talking to him about being a dad, and he says maybe they should name him the girl Alberta, and I said, don't you do that, okay, don't you do that now. And he needs him to wake up and say he is okay, and it was just no turning back now. I mean, it was like really sad, this whole big speech he gave, and I was just like, he's gonna wake up. He needs him to open his eyes. This could be the best day of his life. Please open your eyes, please, 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 please. And eventually he opened his eyes, and he says it hurts. So we know Albert is alive. He gonna be all right. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Because 911, they be hitting us over the head. He fuck around, be a paraplegic or some shit. Okay, we ain't got time for that. Okay. So then we see Bobby and Thena talk to each other, and they talk about Jacob and Albert and everybody else going on, Thena apologizes for the drunk driving comment that she made in front of him because she know it affected him or whatever. And he says, no, I mean, you said what you said, basically. And the second I start believing I'm not just like that woman for being stupid and driving drunk, or being stupid and burning down them people in that apartment complex drunk, okay? The second I start thinking I'm not like her is the second I can end up like her again. So then we see the montage. Bobby goes to the AA class. Mama is getting arrested down to the hospital. Christopher wake up in the morning and Eddie gives him a loving hug. He are going on to see her mama. And today is going to be a good day. Okay, so then we see Buck and Abby. They are having a video chat. He's saying he can't wait to come see the baby and hold the baby or whatever. And then we see Chim and, her holding the baby. And she says she named the baby. Because he was like, I'm surprised they let you leave the hospital. You didn't name the baby. She was like, I went on and named the baby. I'm sorry. And she has named the baby Ji-hoon after his mother's name, who had passed away. She was saying she was on the phone with his dad or his sister or somebody, child, I don't know. And they were saying, they wish his mama could be there. And he was like, he just felt really honored that, she named the baby after his mom. Ji-hoon, Buckley, Ji-hoon, something, child. I don't remember. But it was cute, though. It was a cute little name. And that's how the episode went off, child. So, like I said, it was a good re-entry back into the rest of the season. I don't know how many episodes we got left. Probably like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, probably about 13 episodes, maybe 12, 13 episodes. I thought it was a good episode. I want to hear what you thought about this episode. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with all your friends, and I will holler at y'all next week.